Back in March, a settlement was made with the National Association of Realtors that could see some changes being made here to the real estate industry. News West 9's Jason Freund has more on this. And Jason, what effects could this exactly have on us here?
Alex, this has a lot more effects on realtors themselves as compensation offers for multiple listing services have been removed. Part of that change comes to a buyer's agent being compensated on real estate transactions.
Normally, to the consumer, usually what would happen is that whenever a seller would sell their house, the seller normally was responsible for the listing agent's compensation and the buyer's agent's compensation. Well, they just recently had that lawsuit that happened in March, and it decoupled those commissions.
Now, with this recent settlement, those commissions are separated.
Now, buyers are responsible for their buyer's agent compensation, and sellers are solely responsible for their agent's compensation is really the bottom line.
Realtor Jacoby Kendrick went a little more in-depth about this from a realtor's perspective.
Whenever an agent goes to sell a house, there was what we called a co-broker fee. And what that means is the agent who's selling the house, they charge a fee to sell the house. And then if another brokerage, the co-broker of the brokerage comes in, they share that fee with the other broker that actually brought the buyer.
When the settlement was reached, there was a little bit of panic between realtors as to what would happen and if this would have any effect on housing prices. But so far, things have been running relatively smooth.
There's a lot of speculation as to what's going to happen. You know, there was inside the industry here, a lot of agents, there was a lot of uproar on what was going to happen and how things were going to go. But as things have started to kind of level out, it seems as though things are just business as usual.
As for how homeowners look to buy or sell their homes, that really depends on what the market looks like.
Once the market takes a turn and it's like a strong seller's market or something like that, you know, you have multiple offers on homes, or like homes first come on the market and then you have a lot of offers on the home, it might change things up where buyers, you know, sellers might not be offering that compensation for buyers agents. But at the moment right now, especially with how our market is at the moment, that's not really the case.
Now, according to Kendrick, here in Texas, realtors have always conducted business by having the buyer's agent always get paid for by the buyer. However, they will always try to get their compensation from the seller first. Whatever the seller doesn't cover, the buyer's going to be picking up the rest of the tab.